flow. The factories are already running. The city doesn't stop. But when it stops in one place, it starts in another. Everyone wants to live a life in a better place, but there are always those who complicate everything. Move on, forget them. Since the day I haven't stopped thinking about you. It was just one encounter, but the way you looked at me, the way you smile. Sometimes it seems like destiny, but I hope to see you again. Just like the sun rises every day, I hope to see your smile again. I know we only spoke once, but it's like I've known you for a long time. When I walk down the street, I think of you. Where do you look? And where do you work? Why didn't I get your number? Sometimes it seems like destiny, but I hope to see you again. Just like the sun rises every day, I hope to see your smile again. I know we only spoke once, but it's like I've known you for a long time. A toast to life. There's nothing to toast to, even though we're still here. I'm sad and hurt. She lied the whole time, said she would never get involved with evil, and that was the first thing she did. She went looking for it herself. She was constantly trying to get his attention. but suddenly you disappeared. You made up excuses. You always seem like a sincere person. Wish you'd tell me what's happening. Desire wasn't lacking, friendship wasn't either. But you said you loved me, then you said you didn't. You seem to be playing at being sincere. I hope not. When we met, I heard many stories about you, but I always believed in you. Now I have doubts. Desire wasn't lacking, friendship wasn't either. But you said you loved me, then you said you didn't. You seem to be playing at being sincere. You know everyone pretends. You said you wouldn't pretend. You're still involved, everyone in your senseless madness. Even though I asked you not to do it, the world